This is Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny. The camera and tank controls may seem familiar, and that's because this is identical to Resident Evil. Aside from this, Onimusha is completely a game of its own. It has universal movement, a forward slash which will knock down enemies, and even a kick attack. If you time your attack when an enemy strikes or block an attack at the perfect moment, you can even insta-kill most creatures as well. Enemies die and release souls that you absorb to use as a currency at save points. This currency can even be used to level up weapons and armor. I believe in the third game you can buy certain items with it, like at a shop. Not only does this game feature action-packed gameplay, but also puzzles and exploration. Altogether, this makes for a tight, short, and sweet title. The story keeps you engaged and looking forward to figuring out when you're going to get that next cutscene. I love Onimusha 1. It is a great game. I've been playing 2, and it's okay, but 3 was the best. I only had the chance of playing it once, but is forever imprinted in my mind as the definitive Onimusha game if you were ever going to play one to date. So why am I talking about Onimusha? Well, when I first heard about Nioh, it was around E3 2015. Well, Nioh? What's that? Well, Koei Tecmo and Team Ninja have been in the development of a secret title that has been rumored to be the next Onimusha-styled game. Like, it's gonna be Onimusha. It's in Japan, you're a samurai, you're hacking away at demons. That was all that was really shown, and that was all that people really talked about. Onimusha. The game was even called Oni. And how much closer could it be to Onimusha at that point? When I first heard about this game, Nioh, it was around E3 2015. The first reveal, which I'll link, the oldest trailer I was able to find, was from the Tokyo Game Show of 2015. I believe that's around September. So I'll have that in the description below. This game reminded me of Onimusha at every turn. It had a strong block mechanic, similar movements. You played as a lone samurai in a fight against demons. I was extremely excited. Recently, all of the big news websites have been playing the game up that way as well, as it gets closer to its release. I have listed 3 assorted websites that give the impression that Nioh is a mix between Onimusha and apparently Dark Souls. After all the hype about a potential Onimusha/Dark Souls inspired game, what did we get though? Well, I went to my friend's house the other day and tried it there. Nioh live and in person. I played the alpha demo that launched April 2016. And how was it? Well, the UI, the level up system, the stat menu, the equipment screens, the way you generally move around. Everything I saw was oh so familiar. In fact, it wasn't just familiar, it was exactly the same as Dark Souls. Even the combat had a familiar timing-based dodge and roll and weave and in and out, similar to a Bloodborne Dark Souls styled feel. I'll touch up on the similarities between Dark Souls and Nioh at a future video, but for right now let's get back on the topic of Onimusha. What I want you, the people, to know is that this game is nothing like Onimusha. The Japanese time period and killing demons is where any kind of similarities cease to exist. The game is, however, a Japanese setting Dark Souls game, with some added combos and mechanics, granted. I mean, there's no way that they couldn't add anything of their own, but I find the contrast lacking. There is 50 different Dark Souls-esque things in the game, with only 2 or 3 natural mechanics that they developed themselves. And wait, what's this about Onimusha? Where is the Onimusha in this title? I thought all of these reviews and websites and news reports and people online, people in streams, people on videos, everywhere, all over the place. The trailer, they're acting like and referring to the game like this is a spiritual successor to Onimusha. Like this is the future of Onimusha. This is Onimusha the game. No, it isn't. The game in which I'm playing, the footage you've been watching and listening to, this is Onimusha. You are Jubei Yagyu.
Who there?
Avenging your village slaughter at the hands of Nobunaga Oda, the Demon Lord. This is Onimusha. Onimusha was about timing, maintaining your health, and for the most part surviving the endless respawning enemies as you progress back and forth throughout a standard like this set layout of a mansion or a house or a village. As I mentioned before, it was a lot like Resident Evil and more than just the camera. You were given a fixed position to work around and that was your environment. A lot like Resident Evil 1 when you're in the mansion. More of a survival horror game with action elements than a hack and slash, die, lose your souls, go pick 'em up style game. I don't see why people pretend Nioh is anything like Onimusha. It's a stupid, baseless claim. A game isn't like Halo if it's in space, is it? If a title is gory, does that make it Gears of War? Here we have a third-person slashing game. It isn't Ninja Gaiden. Well, what else could it be? It's made by Team Ninja. Oh, it's Japanese culture, samurai, katanas. Gotta be Onimusha. Nothing else it could be. Couldn't be its own product or a Japanese-themed Dark Souls, which is what I would say it is. To this day, I haven't played a single game that gave me the same experience and pleasure I have gotten from Onimusha. As much as we all want Nioh to be like it, this just isn't the case. Be glad Nioh did what the Soul games haven't yet. We're getting the ability to play a fast-paced Souls-style game with our own created ninjas or samurai in a super cool Japanese-era timeline and setting. There are no games where you're a samurai fighting other samurai in a quick-paced, action-packed game. I mean, there are games of the timeline, Way of the Samurai, Kessen, Samurai Warriors, but none of those really give you the perfect feeling of a fast-paced combat. Tenchu was another good Japanese game. Everything was good in those games, and those are all great. Minus Way of the Samurai. But nothing's like Onimusha. So is Nioh strong enough to stand on its own 2 feet? Can it escape the label of being a rip-off Souls game? That is yet to be seen. But you heard it from me. This is anything but Onimusha. I will not let people sit here and say it is. If you want Onimusha, go play 1. In fact, go play 2. And if you want the best one, play 3. They're all good games in their own ways, and I highly recommend them. So don't sit here and desire Nioh being an Onimusha game. Don't act like it's an Onimusha game, and don't hope it's an Onimusha game because you're only going to get disappointed. I'm not trying to make anyone angry here. I'm just trying to inform you that this is not the Onimusha game you're looking for. Move along. This has been Demon Fox Yoko. I'm signing out. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.
I won't forgive you.